You know, we all communicate constantly, every single day. It's second nature. But what if you could take that thing you do without thinking and turn it into your biggest professional advantage? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. How to level up your communication from something you just do into a strategic asset that really works for you. So let me ask you this right off the bat. Is your communication a skill or is it an asset? Think about that. Is it just something you do or is it something you have that creates a real value? The gap between those two ideas is huge, and we're about to break down exactly what it means. So, here's our roadmap. First, we're going to define what a strategic asset even is. Then we'll look at the three pillars that hold it up, the skill set, the influencing framework, and the guidelines. And finally, we'll put it all together so you can see how to build this for yourself. All right, first up, the strategic asset. This is all about a major mindset shift. We're going to stop thinking vaguely about just being a good communicator and start building a real system for intentional, structured influence.
So what in the world is a communication asset? Well, it's not just one thing. It's a whole system. It's this structured mix of your skills, the frameworks you use to deploy them, and the personal guidelines you follow to make sure it's all high quality. You know, it's the difference between just firing off an email and crafting one that's designed to get a very specific result.
I love this analogy because it just makes so much sense. Look, anyone can own a hammer. That's a skill. But an architect uses that hammer with a blueprint to build an entire house. That blueprint, that overall strategy, that's the asset. Okay, so let's start building our house, beginning with the very first pillar, the skill set. This is your foundation. This is the what you have in your communication toolkit. So just picture a toolbox. Your skill set is everything inside. You've got tools like persuasive writing, public speaking, active listening, maybe even knowing how to use body language effectively. These are all the individual things you're capable of doing. And of course, the more tools you have, the better equipped you are.
But here's the catch, right? Just having a toolbox full of amazing tools doesn't guarantee you're going to build something great. So what's the real difference between just having the skills and actually having a strategy for them? Well, that leads us right to our next piece of the puzzle.
And that piece is a real game changer, the influencing framework. If your skills are the what, then the framework is the how and the why. This is the blueprint we were talking about, your plan for actually getting things done. Let's break it down. Your skill set, that's your pile of tools. Your framework, that's the instruction manual that tells you which tool to use and when and why. For instance, say you have to have a tough conversation. Your framework might be 1. Find common ground. 2. State the issue clearly using I statements. And 3. Suggest a way to solve it together. You're using your skills, yeah, but you're using them within a smart, repeatable plan.
So a framework basically gives your skills direction and a real purpose. It stops you from just, winging it in those moments that really matter. Instead, you're working off a plan you designed to get a specific outcome, whether you're trying to win over a client or just motivate your team.
Okay, so we've got our tools, we've got our blueprint, but what makes sure that the house we build is solid and, won't fall down? That's where our third piece comes in, the guidelines. These are your personal rules of the road. Think of guidelines as your non-negotiables. They're the principles that guide how you communicate, no matter what. This is what makes your communication asset not just powerful, but also something people can trust over the long haul. It's about consistency. So what does this actually look like? Well, it's about committing to certain principles. It's asking yourself, am I being truly clear right now? Is this message consistent with what I've said before? Does this feel authentic to me? And, maybe most importantly, is this ethical? These are the guardrails that build your reputation and earn you trust. All right, let's pull all these threads together. We've looked at the three core parts. Now, let's see how they click into place to create your complete communication asset. Building this thing is an ongoing process, a cycle, really. Step 1, you're always working to expand your skill set, getting new tools. Step 2, you're consciously applying a framework, using your blueprint. And step 3, you're always running everything through your guidelines, following the rules. It's this constant rhythm of learning, applying, and refining. And it's the integration of all three that makes it a real asset. Your skills are kind of lost without a framework. Your framework might not be trustworthy without guidelines. It's only when they're all working in harmony that you create something truly powerful and strategic. And that right there is the big takeaway. Once you build this integrated system, you're not just talking anymore.
You are communicating strategically. You've officially turned an everyday skill into a seriously powerful advantage that will absolutely set you apart.
So I'm going to leave you with this question. Take a hard look at your own communication. Which one of these pillars needs work right now? Do you need to add a new tool to your skill set? Or maybe design a framework for that next big meeting? Or is it time to really define the guidelines that will shape your reputation? The first step to building your greatest asset is just making that one choice.